Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. By-elections peacefully held in Ilam and Bajang. Voter turnout in Ilam 58% and 50% in Bajang. Preparations for vote counting in Ilam tonight. Vote counting in Bajang tomorrow. Preparations for the third investment summit complete. More than 2,000 investors from 55 different nations to participate. Discussions on investment possibility on the first day tomorrow. 15 people, including women and children, killed in the latest Israeli bombardments of the Nusayrat refugee camp, Khan Yunis and Rafah. And host Nepal defeat West Indies A by 4 wickets to lead the 5 T20 series 1-0. Skipper Rohit Paudel shines with the bat, scoring a century in Nepal's win. Voting concluded in Ilam constituency number 2 this evening for a vacant seat at the House of Representatives. The Election Commission has said that the voter turnout in Ilam 2 had been recorded at 58% and 50% in Bajang Provincial Assembly 1. Voting was held in both the electoral constituencies from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. The Election Commission has said that the by-elections in both the constituencies concluded peacefully. The Commission is making preparations to publish the election results of Ilam 2 within 12 hours from the start of vote counting. There are 115,889 eligible voters in Ilam 2. 42 wards in Ilam Constituency 2 voted today at 79 voting stations and 149 voting centers. 19 candidates are in the fray for the Ilam by-elections. The voter turnout in Ilam 2 was 62% in the last election, while it was 58% today. Chief Election Officer Keshav Prasad Ghimire informed that some ballot boxes from Ilam municipalities 2, 4, 7 and 9 had arrived at the district headquarters. He also said that vote counting would start by holding an all-party meeting after all the ballot boxes are collected. The Office of the Election Officer informed that it would take more than 6 hours for the ballot boxes to arrive from voting stations of remote areas of Chulachuli, Phokphoktum, Mai and Mangse Wung. The by-election was held in Ilam 2 today as the post remained vacant in the House of Representatives following the death of Subhas Nemwang of CPN-UML. Meanwhile, 50% voter turnout has been recorded in Bajang Provincial Assembly 1 today. The District Election Office has said that the voting concluded in a peaceful manner. Preparations are underway to take ballot boxes of all voting centers except 3 in Saipal Rural Municipality by midnight tonight. The Election Office has said that ballot boxes of the 3 voting centers will be airlifted by helicopter tomorrow morning. Vote counting will begin after all the ballot boxes are collected and an all-party meeting is held. The Provincial Assembly seat had been vacant in Bajang 1 after Nepali Congress member Prithvi Bahadur Singh passed away in a road accident. 11 candidates are in the fray from the constituency. Chief Election Commissioner Dinesh Thapalia has said that clarification will be sought from Rashtriya Swatantra Party candidate for the by-election in Ilam Electoral Constituency 2, Milan Limbu. Chief Election Commissioner Thapalia said that clarification will first be sought from Limbu, and if it is not satisfactory, action will be taken against him as per law. Limbu had worn his party's logo on his shirt while casting his vote at the voting center in Janata Kalyan Secondary School in Dahagaon of Mangsebung 2. According to Section 18A of the Election Code of Conduct, election candidates must not wear clothes that signify their party. Likewise, Section 46 of the Code of Conduct states that those who violate it can be imposed a fine of 100,000 rupees and that their candidacies can also be scrapped. Chief Election Commissioner Thapalia said that anyone violating the Code of Conduct will be taken action against, like in the past. The Investment Board has said that all the preparations for the investment summit that will begin from tomorrow has been complete. According to the board, international participants have started arriving for the summit that will continue for 2 days. The board has said that registration of 1,600 out of the 2,400 international investors who have been invited has already been approved and have been provided QR. Meanwhile, permit has not been issued for more than 2,100 investors who had delayed registration. The board has geared up to approve registration of some foreign investors and scrap the registration of various local investors. The board has predicted participation of more than 2,000 investors from 55 countries. 10 sessions will be held during the summit with more than 50 speakers. 2 sessions have been scheduled for the first day tomorrow, while 8 sessions will be held on the final day. 15 speakers are to express their views in the first session. During the session, discussions will dwell on possibility of investment in Nepal, while experiences of companies that have profited by investing will be shared during the second session tomorrow. The board has prepared a list of 148 projects to draw investments, which includes 20 projects from the board, 32 from private sector, 4 from local level, and 96 from various other entities. The investment summit is being organized to inform domestic and international investors regarding investable projects in the country. Meanwhile, the government has recommended the president to amend laws that hinder investment through an ordinance. Officials holding public positions are automatically suspended when a criminal case is filed against them. There are no questions regarding suspension of those convicted by courts. However, suspension of Nepali Congress parliamentarian Tekbahadur Gurung has been lifted after an appeal was filed at the higher court. Discussions have intensified in the judicial circle in relation to the Supreme Court's role in lifting the suspension of Gurung. In addition to this issue, questions have also been raised on the rule of law because of the judicial decisions made on the basis of power and access. Previously, questions were raised against the government and the political parties, but now even the judiciary is being questioned and facing criticisms. On the writ of parliamentarian Tekbahadur Gurung, the Supreme Court issued an order to lift his suspension on 29th of April. Before the full text was released, the Supreme Court corresponded with the Parliament Secretariat regarding the status on lifting of the suspension. The Apex Court's correspondence did not just open doors for Gurung's entry to the Parliament, it also raised questions on the trustworthiness of the judiciary. Gurung, who was found guilty by the special court in a corruption case, had moved the Supreme Court with his appeal. On the writ, Justice duo Manoj Kumar Sharma and Binod Sharma ordered for lifting the suspension. The Supreme Court is yet to make public the full text of the order. However, it did check the status of lifting the suspension with the Parliament Secretariat. Therefore, questions are being raised about the need for the Apex Court to correspond with the Parliament Secretariat. Decisions taken for political benefits and equations are drawn into controversies. Granting pardon and withdrawal of cases driven by political interests have been compromising the rule of law in the country. Legislative, judiciary, and executive, all three state mechanisms must be equally responsible for the implementation of laws. There should be no biasness while defining laws. Therefore, the judiciary must be responsible and accountable to ensure the rule of law for the public. State-owned telecommunications service provider Nepal Telecom has not been able to stop the illegal sales of SIM cards in the country. Regulatory entity Nepal Telecommunications Authority has also not paid any attention towards the issue. Towards the end of February earlier this year, 2 individuals involved in the bypassing calls illegally were arrested in Pokhara. Almost 600 SIM cards were confiscated from them. Likewise, around 3,700 SIM cards were confiscated from a 32-year-old Chinese national, Zhao Jiangpen, and 22-year-old Ganesh Shrestha of Sorakute, Kathmandu, some 11 months ago. Around 2,700 SIM cards were also confiscated from Milan Thapa, who provided loans to people at high interest rates. Hundreds of SIM cards have been confiscated from people involved in illegal call bypass, banking fraud, cyber crimes, among others. They have been using SIM cards which are under other people's names and hiding their identity and address. Police statistics show that majority of the SIM cards that have been confiscated are from Ncell. Nepal Telecom and Ncell sell SIM cards through sale agents. There is stiff competition among these two telecommunications service providers, due to which extreme negligence has been witnessed in the sale of SIM cards. Nepal Telecommunications Authority is responsible for monitoring Nepal Telecom and Ncell. However, it has not done so despite them selling SIM cards haphazardly. Spokesperson of Nepal Telecommunication Authority, Santosh Paudel, said that he was not aware of the misuse of SIM cards. The Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, of Nepal Police had drawn the attention of Nepal Telecommunication Authority, Nepal Telecom, and Ncell regarding the haphazard sales of SIM cards. However, the authority did not take any bold step to address the issue except for publishing a notice. The police also informed that 100 SIM cards were confiscated from a person of a Chinese hacker group. Misuse of SIM cards are on the rise as Nepal Telecom and Ncell are in stiff competition to sell them. Nepal Telecommunication Authority must pay attention in monitoring the two telecommunications service providers to stop the misuse of SIM cards. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, what do you term each minister for Home Affairs trying to abuse the police administration? 45% voted for A, wrong intention, 30% for B, poor police leadership, and 25% for C, hiding weak spots. And here's today's question. What should be done to prevent the misuse of SIM cards? Your options are A, regulatory body must be alert, B, management of sales must be ensured, and C, strict action. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces regarding the topic of discussion during their tea time. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public health नेपालमा पढ्नुहुँदा विदेश गएर पढ्ने कुराहरु भइरहेका छन्। मेरो छोरीलाई विदेशतिर पठाएँ पढ्नको लागि मेडिकल पढ्नको लागि तपाईले नेपालमै पढाउनु भएको रहेछ। यस्ता खालको कुराहरु निक्लेको छ।
उपनिर्वाचनको विषयमा पनि केही रूपमा छलफलहरु भएको थियो।
राजनीतिक परिवर्तनका कुराहरु नयाँ परिवर्तन हुने कुराहरुले अलि बढी चासो लिने।
छोरा नाति जति विदेश जानी बुढाखाडा जति तेल भिसामा तेल लाउनलाई विदेश जानी कोही बाकसमा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ लासले धरि मलामी कुर्ने दिन आइसक्यो नेपालमा।
सामाजिक इस्यु सँगसँगै राजनीतिका पनि बढी नै गफ हुन्छन्।
कतारको राजा आउँदाको अवस्था त्यहाँ हात्तीको विषयमा यिनै त भन्ने गफ।
बुढाबुढी मात्रै भयो गाउँघरमा पनि के बच्चा के बुढाबुढी मात्रै। अनि त्यहाँबाट अब बोर्डिङ पढाउनलाई पहाडभित्र जम्मै छोरी बुहारी झर्ने यहाँ बोर्डिङ पढाउने बुढो विदेश गएर पैसा पठाउने
युवाहरू चाहिँ बाहिर गएको छ। यसलाई चाहिँ न्यूनीकरणको लागि चाहिँ यो राज्य सरकार पछि के गरिरहेछ भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ चिया गफमा चाहिँ फलाकुसारी भयो।
व्यवसाय गरेका साथीहरू पनि विदेश जान पर्ने बाध्यता किन सिर्जना भएको होला भन्ने सवालमा थोरै हामीले गफ गरेका थियौं।
लाखौं युवाहरू विदेशीमा परेको अवस्था छ। छोराछोरी पनि विदेशीमा नपरोस् भनेर हामीले चाहिँ परिवारको व्यवस्थापनलाई उचित योजना बन्न पर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ परिवारमा त्यो खालको छलफल भयो।
अहिले धेरै गर्मी बढेछ त्यसकै बारेमा कुरा गरे।
It's time now for the international update. "15 people, including women and children, have been killed in the latest Israeli bombardments of the Nusayrat refugee camp, Khan Yunis, and Rafah. The Israeli army has said plans are moving ahead for a ground invasion of Rafah, despite widespread warnings of the worsening humanitarian crisis in the overcrowded city, where more than 1 million displaced people have sought shelter. Meanwhile, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs reported that a baby girl died in Rafah as concerns mount over a sanitation crisis amid rising temperatures in Gaza. New York's Columbia University has told students it will consider divesting from Israel as anti-war campus protests around the world call for an end to funding and political support for Israel's war on Gaza. At least 34,388 Palestinians have been killed and 77,437 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7. The death toll in Israel stands at 1,139, with dozens of people still held captive in Gaza.
Sports News.
Host Nepal defeated West Indies A by 4 wickets today to lead the 5 T20 series 1-0. Skipper Rohit Paudel shined with the bat, scoring a century in Nepal's win. In the match played at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground in Kantipur, West Indies A were put to bat first and posted an impressive total of 204 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Skipper Ruston Chase was the leading scorer for West Indies with a quick-fire 74 off 46 balls, hitting 2 sixes and 9 fours. Opener Alik Athanase also smashed 47 runs off 25 balls, while K.C. Carty added a quick-fire 38 off 26 balls. Skipper Rohit Paudel, Kamal Airi, Dipender Singh Airi and Avinash Bohra all claimed a wicket each for Nepal. Chasing a big victory target of 205 runs, Nepal romped home, scoring 206 runs for the loss of 6 wickets with 2 balls to spare. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.